graphics tonight?
Watch for some,
I'll try.
we'll call this meeting to order.
Okay,
Let's look for, just pay attention if somebody joins.
I got it.
And then we'll take this out of order. We'll go with the benchmark resolution for clean energy communities. That has been, the help of Barb.
Stuna
and
got us the simpler one
We
from
cleaned it up,
the first one.
made it
Yeah,
a little bit less complicated.
Is that in the
For a
drive?
community with
Yes.
7,000 people as opposed to.
They were all put in the
500,000.
drive.
Okay, yeah, she just mailed a few things out.
So, are there any questions about this?
Anything else you wanna add, Susan?
If you've read through it and you think it's something that can be achievable.
Yeah.
It just makes it formal that once a year, you're gonna look at your energy use for all of your buildings 1,000 square feet or more. To see how you're doing with progress for reducing greenhouse gas emissions. And it could be good for budgeting and planning as well.
The graphs from that, the tool are great, the
They're- yeah.
portfolio manager.
And it'll get us an extra 200 points towards clean energy communities.
Okay, good.
Which
And
help
we
us with the grant.
noticed some
Yes,
significant improvement too.
We're looking. I think we're gonna be near 50% reduction.
Yep.
Soon between the project at the wastewater treatment plant. And the insulation that's happening at the barn. There's huge reductions at the barn in natural gas consumption.
Yeah. It is.
yay.
Well, they've done every year they've made progress
Yeah.
on insulation
So
and,
you can see it.
yeah.
They have the graph is. You know,
Good.
you can show it to you.
Yeah.
It's really good.
And I think Canton's gonna be a leader in that respect, because other communities have done their inventories, but they haven't really started taking actions yet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be a good bragging right for Canton.
Will it help us with grants too?
The points.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and the fact that we're progressing with implementing some of them.
Yes,
Information actions.
and these are actions that have been taken in the past by
All along.
all along, yeah. So
Well-
grants from NYSERDA and potentially grants from the state,
Mhm.
the big dollar grants.
Mhm.
That you wrote the initial one for the culvert job. So there'd be opportunities for more probably.
Okay,
Okay,
are there any further questions? Need a motion?
so moved.
Second,
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Is there anyone opposed? Very good. Let's see, stick with me here. Okay, next one is the RFP for 19 minor. I will tell you that that we've worked on this a little bit, well, more than a little bit. It is our attorney's position that we need to go out to bid on this.
Mhm.
It's important for us to not show partiality to anyone in particular.
Sure.
We decided to do an RFP instead of an RFQ because it just didn't make sense that we're looking for qualifications only. So we're gonna go out this way. What you don't see on here is a map that we want to attach to this. We have a map of the area
right,
that will include with
yeah.
this, so.
Am I correct that that was the plan?
Yeah,
Wait,
if
yeah.
we don't have one that's ready to go, we can certainly.
Well, we can make one right off of the Dank website, so.
We did one for the Restore New York.
Right.
Look at it, see if it's exactly.
Okay. I will tell you, there's a couple of people waiting to hear about this.
Good.
So,
That's excellent.
oh, it's great, great. So,
More than,
oh, yeah, yeah.
Giddy up.
Get her
Yeah.
done.
One I probably haven't even told you.
That's possible, but I got a phone call yesterday. So, at any rate, are there any questions about this? Do you want anything to add?
I mean, and I'm sorry, I'm just briefing over, it, but they are essentially getting a clean site too with this RFP, or we're not saying that?
We're not saying a clean site. We have $2 million in a grant
Okay, to use towards
to
demolition.
use towards demolition.
Got
And remediation.
Remediation. It could go towards some construction. We're gonna have to be very careful how we say that. But the grant that's been
Mhm.
written that gave us that 2 million, we have to look at it. What we're trying to do, we've already had the survey done. We don't have the results yet. What we'd like to do is mitigate all the hazards in there and tear it down. And, you know.
So
get-
we could
and
move
get
forward on that, and
We're
then,
hoping to,
Get
but
that done while the rest.
we're
is
hoping to,
unfolding.
but there's gonna be, we'll have to wait and see.
That's-
Right.
got it. So there's still some. We're not guaranteeing anything with that, right?
So,
You're not guaranteeing, but I know we were doing a bunch of testing and all that.
Anybody,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
no, I mean,
I think it's straightforward.
we have a
I
site.
just-
Yeah.
We have a site. There's money here that has come from a couple of places. That's gonna help with all this.
And the college took a look at this too, or no, not yet? They're gonna-
Yeah, SUNY Canton took a look at it because they have a piece of this. They wanted to make sure that that was
Articulated
Yeah.
the right way.
in the right one.
Can I?
And again, you have to be careful.
I'm not, I know I'm a public person, so
Don't look at me, the mayor's in charge here.
I'll let you ask a question. Normally, we don't do that.
yeah, is it for, materials? Yeah, is this for asbestos and PCB and? all-
That's what the New York Forward piece is for, is to, or Restore New York, I'm sorry, not New York Forward. Again, I'm so confused.
There's a lot of.
Restore New York is for the demolition, asbestos and any other hazards.
Yeah, it's mitigating all that.
So, you know, ATL has done they did phase one, they are working on that.
Which is a study to assess.
Right,
Right.
What's in there.
and
And
this RFP is for something different.
this is RFP for the ownership and development of Midtown,
Of the whole.
of the whole thing. I don't wanna, I'd like it off our,
We'd like to sell
We
to
would,
somebody.
we would like it. We would like it.
back on the tax roll.
That's right.
So if you're good with the RFP, we just need to pass it through here. Give me a motion.
So moved.
Second,
Okay,
let's go, baby.
all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Hold on, let me just do something
This
here.
is one of the most important things we've
Jessica
done.
just joined.
in a couple days.
Okay, let's see, Beth.
Benoit.
And,
Barb,
Barb.
was it?
Beth
Beth.
moved and I
Yeah.
seconded.
Got it.
We're just trying to make sure we keep this straight.
I know.
We gotta,
You have to play
we'll
Sally.
cross-check our notes.
You got big shoes to fill, y'all.
I know, I'm like, oh, Sally.
Thanks for doing that for us.
All right, well, this is great news.
Okay, so you have our,
I believe Jessica has joined us, yeah.
Hello.
Hello. We can't quite see you. I mean, that's okay if that's on your end, but just so you
Yeah,
know.
my apologies for being late and I am having technical difficulties. So if it's okay with you, I think it's better that I don't try and turn on my camera.
Understood.
okay, so the next item on our agenda then will be this MOU. With conditional authorization to execute electricity supply agreement.
Excellent. So yes, thank you for having me. Can I just be informed, is this a public meeting or is it just us? It is a public meeting?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So the purpose of this meeting, as you know, Kenton has been exploring community choice aggregation for a while. This is a program that gives the municipality the ability to provide all residents with an opt-out option of renewable electricity supply they then have the choice to either stay on the program, get more renewables, get less renewables, go back to the utility program, and sometimes also have a fixed rate standard supply program. So it provides a lot of different choices for residents. It's municipally run. And the stage that we are at now, this is the second round of bidding that we've done. We did a round of bidding for everyone in the autumn, winter of last year, decided that the electricity prices were not favorable at that time. And so we advised the Kenton to not move forward. The prices have now come down, which means they are closer to the benchmark, more comparable. And what we are suggesting at this point is that the municipality renews its memorandum of understanding. We will add in the new benchmark prices that are comparable to what has already been provided by National Grid. And we will then go out to get executable pricing. So that will mean that we will get pricing that you can contract against, assuming it meets the benchmarks that you have agreed to within the memorandum of understanding. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes.
It does.
Yes, thank you.
Great. So if you are okay with that, what I will do, have you already received the memorandum of understanding? It should have the updated pricing in it.
Yes, we have. It
Excellent.
was sent several days ago. So
Yes,
if
exactly.
that is the
Exactly.
appropriate benchmark pricing, then
The appropriate pricing. So we will, if you're able to sign that, and the important thing there is that you sign it and you also indicate what you would like the opt-out offer to be. So would you like it to be the 50% New York renewable, 100% or standard? We are suggesting, given what we've seen for everybody, that the 50% renewable is the best offer. And so that's what we would suggest to you. But when you look at the pricing, you can take your own decision and then come back to us on that.
Was there a question that you had that you wanted to clear up?
yes, please. Jessica, so I'm the blended, the 50% renewable. If
Yeah.
I'm understanding correctly, that definition maybe has changed some. So I had understood that it was 50% New York certificates, renewable energy, and then
Yeah.
50% renewable energy, but New York won't call it that. It comes from elsewhere, basically.
That's correct.
Okay,
So the blended rate, that's the definition of it. Yep.
okay, so it's really all renewable, just New York State acknowledges 50% of it is renewable.
From New York
That's
State.
true. Yeah,
Okay.
so in it's important to understand that New York State, in New York State, the state does not recognize renewable energy certificates from outside of the state. And that's their prerogative to do, for sure. And within the CEC, so within the, when you're looking to get points, if you're in that program, the Climate Communities Program, CEC, there, it's only the New York State renewables that count, but
Right.
the 50% is enough to gain points.
Right,
And that's the recommended default that you're.
That
you're-
Jules
you're
correct.
proposing.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's the recommended default. Yep.
Okay,
All right.
that was my question. Oh, I guess I take that back. I did have one more question. I thought that last time perhaps we had selected a term, and we're not being asked to select a term this time.
That's right. So what we're doing is we're looking to keep that flexible. And so if you're able to send that back to us by April 5th, then on April 11th, there's an important webinar where we go over the final pricing everyone's received. During that, we'll go over all the different terms that there is, and then it will be a combination of the best price with the best terms. So how with the markets being as volatile as they are, how long a price is fixed for really can impact price a lot. So we're looking to keep that flexible.
Okay, okay, that's helpful.
When it comes time to send this MOU back to you,
Mm-hmm.
bidding process, you just want the first 2 pages, correct? From what I can see. The 4th page has to do with the final process. Once we've selected a competitive supplier, correct? Or you have?
So the 4th page is the signatory page.
Do I have to sign that? Does it look like
You
there's a-
sign it, but it's not releasable. So we do not release it until we get a written confirmation that you wish to move forward.
Okay, because there was a signature on the front page.
I tell you what, I'm just giving you my understanding, but let me double check that for you and get back to you this evening. I'll write you this evening and clarify that, because that's a good question. I'm not the person that has put this memorandum of understanding together, and therefore I'm not clear on that point. But let me get back to you on that.
That's fine. It's not gonna stop us from making the decision here. It's just that exhibit A was also blank, so didn't know what that was supposed to be.
Okay, let me come back to you on that. That's a good question. I'll clarify which pages to sign. It is important that you just select which offering you want to have be your standard offer or your opt-out offer, and we'll go from there.
Okay,
Excellent.
any other questions, board?
No.
You wanna go with the blended product, 50%?
I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have a motion to move the,
So moved.
Second,
any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any Opposed? Okay, moving forward.
all right, thank you, Jessica.
Thank you very much, everyone, and have a good evening, and I'll get back to you on that question. Thank you for
Thanks.
having me.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay,
Have-
speak to you soon. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye. Bye.
Okay, the last item on the agenda is a resolution regarding the merger of Canton and Potsdam Housing Authority. We have, since our meeting, regular monthly meeting.
We
Um,
tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
In this very time, place.
I went back and made some changes to the resolution after talking with Barb and Anna. And then we came up with a draft and then circulated it. Anna made some changes, so in the process, I think we've gotten to a place where the resolution is does what or meets the concerns of others here. So that's what I put forward. That's what's on your agenda. Anna?
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the opportunity to work on this and refine this resolution to a place that I think reflects our interest in housing, and housing continue to be improved and expanded in our community. As well as sort of, I think our board's input into housing has primarily been through the appointment, your appointment
Yep.
of citizens to that board. And I think it is important to me that continue, that village residents continue to have representation. And so I really wanted to see those things, and I feel like with this there, this allows us to show our support, to encourage this process to go forward and to see what good can come for our community from it. But also to have expressed that, you know, this is something that is important to us, that representation occur. Because we don't really know when we will
Well,
be asked again what our input is. So, you know, like, I just, yeah, so I appreciate the extra week to work on it.
I'm happy with where it ended up.
Any further discussion?
Just a quick question. So this will, we've seen what Potsdam passed, so I'm assuming that we'll share this with Potsdam as well.
Yeah, I've already sent this to, Keith and to,
To
Rob.
board.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
share.
I shared it with the chairman of the board, down there, for Canton. And with, Rob, and they're both comfortable with it. I think that's what's important.
Okay, and my question last time was, do we have to pass the same resolution for it to?
No. No.
Board, fabulous.
I mean, that's what we're basically showing our support for this process.
100%, yep.
Take
So.
that step.
And if I could
Thank you
just,
for working on it.
yeah, if I could just say one thing I didn't catch earlier, that should be capitalized. So,
I
yeah,
can capitalize that.
yes, the authority and the title should be capitalized. Sorry, I
That
should
can
have caught
happen.
that. Thank you.
Okay, is there any further discussion? I need a motion.
So moved.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone
Aye.
opposed? Okay. Well, I will take a motion to adjourn this meeting.
So moved.
Awesome,
Barb,
for sure.
you gotta go get packed.
Yeah, I do have a good back.
6:25, all in favor?
Aye.
alright,
Anyone opposed?
I like these